Hey, what's up, stock compounders? Brad here. So let's talk about this Apple stock split, okay? There's a 4-for-1 stock split that's proposed to happen on August 24th. So basically what that means, if you own a share of Apple stock, you're going to get 3 additional shares, and the price on that stock split date is going to be divided by 4. So you're going to own 4 times as many shares, but each one is going to be worth 4 times less. So the market cap doesn't change. This will be the 5th stock split for Apple since 1987. In 1987, there was a 2-for-1 split. Again, in 2000, there was a 2-for-1 split. 2005, there was another 2-for-1 split. 2014, there was a 7-for-1 split. And of course, here we are in 2020 with the proposed 4-for-1 stock split. So, basically the justification that Apple is using for this stock split, with the share price around $400, it's actually gone up quite a bit in the last week. The logic is, well, we want our stock to appeal to a larger investor base. And they figure, with a triple-digit price approaching $400, now $427, they're concerned that the triple-digit stock price is going to make it difficult for some investors who want to own Apple to own Apple. Now, it's hard for me to really buy that argument, because basically everyone these days has access to fractional shares. So, you can invest $1 in Apple stock on most platforms, and then you just get, 1 divided by whatever the stock price is. You get that fraction of a share ownership. So, I'm curious if there are more reasons for this stock split. I'm curious to hear from you, actually. A big part of the reason I make these videos is to learn from you guys. So let me know if you have any other insights. I really don't understand it with fractional shares, but I did it. Actually, first I want to say Apple was the most bought stock in Robinhood on Friday. I can't tell how much of that had to do with the earnings beat, or how much of it is anticipating this upcoming stock split. But, there were like 3 times as many Robinhood account holders buying Apple than any other stock. And it's funny, the second place stock was TLSA, Tulsa. Okay? Now, it got me very curious. Are those people who are trying to buy Tesla? Because actually, when I search TLSA in Google, it automatically takes me to Tesla's stock. So it's a curious thing. Of course, TLSA, Tulsa, is a pharmaceutical company based in the UK. So, it might just be a play on, the whole vaccine space. I'm not really sure. But it is remarkably close to the stock ticker of Tesla. I thought that was kind of interesting. And then the last thing I want to say, let's do a little exercise. Say you had bought Apple stock in 1987, before all of these stock splits, right? Before these 5 stock splits. So you own 1 stock in 1987. Okay, now you have 2 after the split in June of 1987. 2000, the 2-for-1 split, now you have 4. 2005, 2-for-1, now you have 8 shares. 2014, a 7-for-1, now you have 8 times 7, or 56 shares. And then, of course, in 2020, the 4-for-1, so you have 56 times 4, 224, okay? So you go from 1 share to 224 shares in 33 years, without doing anything, without buying any additional shares. So it got me curious, if you had bought in 1987, how much has your investment gone up since 1987 over those 33 years? if you had just bought one share in 1987. So the share price in June of 1987 was $1.45 approximately. Because it's so far back, it only showed in month increments, but it was somewhere in the mid $1 range. So $1.45 we'll assume per share. Today, let's assume we do the 4-for-1 stock split at today's price. We're looking at $106.88 per share times 224 shares, which is what that one share would have turned into by now. And you have $23,941, okay, for one share bought back in 1987. So from $1.45 to $23,941. So it got me curious, what is the annual rate of return on that? If I just bought one share of Apple stock in 1987 and left it alone, not including dividends, okay? This is just price appreciation and stock splits. Over that 33 years, it would have been 34% annual rate of return. Okay, 34%. That's nearly doubling every 2 years, which is just insane. I mean, Apple stock, what a story. But you know, it's a curious thing. I'm very curious why there are so many people buying on Friday this last week. Why is Apple stock so hot? Is it because of the earnings beat? It can't be because of earnings yield or price to earnings ratio. I mean, those make the stock look quite expensive, especially compared to the historical price to earnings ratio of Apple and historical earnings yield. So curious to hear from you. Is it the earnings beat? Is it this stock split? People think, you know, the price is just going to take off because of the stock split. It seems like there must be a lot of traders getting involved because from a fundamental analysis, from a value investor perspective, Apple stock looks quite expensive to me. So, you know, I'm trying to get more information on this, guys. Help me out. Let me know what you're seeing in Apple stock or why you think there's all this buzz around it. Do people really think with the price coming down 4 times later this month that, you know, there's going to be a bunch more investors piling in? Anyway, I can't see it. I like what Investing with Tom said in his latest Q&A video. He basically said, well, it's really a non-event. A stock split, it's just moving numbers around, okay? It doesn't change anything about the business. You have 4 times as many shares. They're worth 4 times less. End of story. But, you know, and I believe that, but maybe there's something I'm missing that some of you guys are seeing, and that's why so many of you have been piling into this stock over the last week, especially on Friday. So let me know what you guys think. And check out my community post. I kind of posted a graphic there of stock splits for Apple, so it'll help you kind of visualize it all in one page. Yeah, I'm curious what you guys would like to see in those community posts. I do polls. You know, what would you like to see polls on? I want to try to really engage with you guys more in the community post area. So check that out. Let me know what you'd like to see there. And I think I will leave it at that. Go Apple. Apple to the moon. I mean, Warren Buffett, you know, he gets a lot of flack for being behind the times. But, you know, when you look at his Apple position and how well Apple has done since he's bought the stock, you know, I just got to give him a pat on the back for that bet. I mean, that's really worked out for Berkshire Hathaway. All right, guys, that's all I got. I will see you in the next video. Take care.